Good morning. So, today I will read the stories of the story of the driver in the room.
Good morning, Rhoda.
Good morning.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. Well, it looks like you're trying to read to our audience. And as previously discussed, I will be doing the reading since I'm much easier to understand than fairy voice. Isn't that right, everybody?
No. Thank you.
Listen, I know you're a niche internet micro celebrity now, but I still have my job to do and you have yours. So, thank you, Rhoda. You can read next week, I promise. There is no next week. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming to our show. I am Aura the Orc. I am a mountain orc who's traveled very far from my home to share some of my favorite tales with all of you. However, I cannot do it alone. Joining me today in the telling of tales are my very good friends, the FaeFolx of Covington Glen. I said the FaeFolx of Covington Glen. That's more like it. Fairies, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our beautiful audience today?
Dragon Lily, Rosa, Tessa, Briar, Jennifer, Ravenna.
And I'm Oro, but you guys knew that already. We have two very exciting stories for you all today. One is a story you may be a little familiar with, but we put our own... Yes, hey fairies, are you excited for the stories?
Yeah.
I know, are you excited to be in the stories?
Yeah.
Yes, because you know I'm going to read them, and then you'll act it out so they'll know what it's like if they were there.
It's a great concept. Yeah. Maybe one day.
Yeah, today.
Oh,
Today is the day.
When?
Right now.
Right now.
Not yesterday. Not today. Today. Thank you. Please move expeditiously. They'll get it together, I promise. It's going to be a great show. All right, fairies, are you ready to tell these beautiful humans the story of the dragon and the brownie? All right. One day, long ago, when the old queen reigned, a young brownie was walking through the woods when suddenly a net fell over her, trapping her thoroughly. Aww. Okay, I'm trying to get y'all warmed up. Something sad just happened, so... Aww. Thank you, audience. A large dragon burst through the trees, intent on making the brownie his supper. Wait, she cried, don't eat me! And why not? He asked. Brownie is my favorite. Oh, mine too, Mr. Dragon.
It's so good.
It's delicious.
It's good with a cup of coffee.
I don't taste good, she said, voice rising as though she was not quite sure of that fact. The dragon huffed, unimpressed, and licked his chops, looming over the tiny fairy. I have blight, she tried again, and backed away even further. You should take some Tylenol for that. I'm nosy, she yelled, and tripped over the net as she tried to back away even further, falling down hard in the dirt.
I thought the moles never killed anybody.
If you don't eat me, one day I'll be able to help you. This gave the dragon pause.
Oh. Yeah.
Everyone's a comedian. How could you possibly help me? You are so small that you could hardly hope to be able to help someone as large as I am with any task. He began to laugh so strongly that the trees around him shook. When he finally calmed and the trees stilled, he shook his head.
They're not anymore, they're calm now.
You have been terribly amusing, and so I have decided to let you go. With that, he used one of his sharp talons to slice open the net and free the tiny brownie.
Alright. You made
Yay! Oh, you guys did it! Bye-bye, brownie. So the brownie and the dragon went their separate ways, putting the incident out of mind.
What am I supposed to do for dinner now?
I don't know. Hang out for a bit. We'll see what happens next.
All right.
Years passed, and one day a shiny knight stumbled into the dragon's lair.
Hey,
It's important here to note that a shiny knight is twice as likely as any other type of knight to commit such acts of idiocy as attacking a dragon with a small sword, which is little more than a swishy, pokey toothpick made of steel. They also take people's books
It's made of stick, not steel.
and steal their spotlight. Ahem. That is precisely what the shiny knight did, slashing wildly with his sword and getting the thing lodged soundly in the scales of the dragon's shoulder. The dragon rested his head on the claws of his unharmed leg, looking for all the world as though he were watching molasses grass grow in the wintertime. Ooh, I love little hyperbole.
You shouldn't have put it there.
Is it coming out?
No.
Oh, what a shock. The shiny knight huffed and puffed, trying desperately to pull his sword free. Boo, said the dragon. The shiny knight startled so badly, he fell over backward, armor clanking, as he ran from the dragon's lair.
That was pretty ridiculous.
I could have told him that would happen, but... They just don't make knights like they used to, the dragon lamented.
That was pretty windy.
Yeah, I'll say.
That was.
He rolled his eyes at the retreating figure.
And now I don't have dinner a second night.
I know, in my day, shiny knights were made of sterner stuff.
And tastier.
The dragon sighed and began to go about removing the sword from his shoulder. But try as he might, he could not reach to pull it free.
Hey, can you?
And indeed, the more he struggled to reach the blade, the further it wedged itself until finally he fell still. How am I ever to be rid of this nuisance? Me?
Yeah, they couldn't get it. Can you get it?
I got my nails done, so... Luckily for him, someone heard him grumbling and decided to investigate.
Oh, no.
Aha! It was the same tiny brownie that years before had set him free from his trap. As she came up to the dragon,
Is this like...
he lifted his head. Tiny brownie, please help free this infernal sword from my side.
You're about small enough. Can you get...
Yeah! Being a kind Fae, the brownie did not mention the dragon's previous bad attitude,
I'm really
but
bad with faith.
simply climbed up on his back, wrapped the hilt of the sword in her skirts so as not to burn herself on the iron.
I'm not touching it. It's
Okay.
just wood.
Okay. It's not wood, it's an iron and steel, and it's super sharp.
It could burn me. Sure. All right. Yeah, whatever. I won't break the immersion.
Thank you, dragon. Ahem. Once, twice, and on the third pull, the sword came free. When it was fully out... Oh, yes! See, I don't even have to tell you guys.
Look, I did it.
You did such a good job! Yay! The dragon gave a great shake. Thank you very much, he said to the brownie, realizing even the smallest fairy could help a dragon.
Who knows? Little tiny guy.
The brownie was terribly embarrassed to receive such praise for so simple a task, and she vanished, leaving the sword behind.
You just keep that. I don't want this garbage in my house.
Well, I don't want this garbage on my stage, so here you go. And if they have not died,
I'm good. I'm good.
they still live happily today. The end. Did they do a good job? I told y'all they would rally. All right, now for the main event. That was sort of a preview. You guys ready for this next one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fairies, are you ready to tell these beautiful people the story of Terran? All right. Ahem. Once upon a time, during the reign of the old queen, there lived near our wood, Carter Hall, a young human lord called Tim Lin. Ooh!
I survived.
Yeah, are we going to have a better attitude this time?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. He was well loved by the fair folk for his playful spirit.
You love me.
I do love you. Yeah. I can't help it, look how cute. He had always been a sweet child, and as he grew and learned the human ways of hunting, he was always sure to leave offerings of food for the fairies of the forest of Carter Hall. Ooh, is it gluten-free?
Yes.
Aw, you remembered.
It's everything.
Nothing, my favorite. How I stay trim. Remember that, folks.
Awesome.
He was engaged to wed the Lady Mary in his 19th summer, the eldest daughter of the lord of a neighboring glen. Ooh, audience. Ooh, thank you, audience. Oh, we got a little flavor over there. All right, but the Lady Mary had no desire to be married, and lesser desire still to be married to Tam Lin, and so made a devious plan to leave Carter Hall in search of her own adventures. Good for you! Planning all the while to take flight when she could lose him in the woods, she challenged Tam Lin to a friendly race through the woods one day when they were out riding. Tam Lin readily agreed, happy to oblige his betrothed, and they pulled their horses to stand side by side. Their chaperone called the start of their contest, and they were off. All right, you have to join in on this one, guys. Dang, that's my favorite part. Lady Mary briskly pushed forward, her horse at a gallop, and pulled away from Tam Lin, urging him to keep pace. When they came upon a split in the path, she turned abruptly, leaving him behind. Tam Lin tried to pull his horse to follow, but he was as poor a horseman as he was good a hunter, and he fell from his horse toward the ground. Surely he was going to die. Yeah, you're gonna fall? Let's remember our attitudes next time. Because he had been so kind to the fairies of Carter Hall, the Fairy Queen caught him as he fell. And the Fairy Queen said to Tam Lin, because love untrue has been so unkind to you, and because you have been kind to we fairies, you will be the keeper of Carter Hall until your true love finds you and proves themselves. And so the story of Tam Lin's situation spread to the neighboring glens and towns. Giggling human girls went to the forest to see if they could prove themselves to be the love of our lordling. But we stole their pretty skirts and they went home wailing about the fate of the forest. Why would I do that? We just want what's best for you. You just going to run off with the first hussy that comes in the forest? I don't think so. Ahem. We got you on this one. And so passed 7 years. 7 years. Well, Tam Lin kept safe the forests of the Carter Hall, and we kept safe Tam Lin. 7 years is nothing. That's like a long nap. One day, a young Lady Margaret wandered into the woods and picked a bright rose along the path. Tam Lin appeared. Lady, come no more. How have you come here without my permission? I'll come and go, young Margaret said, and ask no leave from thee. Tam Lin was so taken by her independent personality, they did fall in love right then and there.
What?
It says you did fall in love right then and there.
No.
And as the audience agrees with me, don't you guys? Oh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Everyone's a critic. However, Margaret had to return home before sunset, though she promised to return the next day. But she was unable to keep her promise. For the next day, Margaret's father called her to meet him, telling her she would have to choose one of his knights to marry.
Dad? Party!
When she told him of her love for Tam Lin, her father shook his head. Tam Lin is but a fairy story, child. He's real, she cried. And there's not a knight in your hall shall have my hand in marriage. And so she, I mean, look how pretty she is. She can't settle for just anybody. And so she ran from the hall, rushed through the night to return to the forest. When she arrived, she sought out Tam Lin at once.
Can I get off the stove?
No! Now call for your beloved. Yeah! Tam Lin, how did you come to be the guardian of the forest? The Queen of Fairies caught me when I did fall from my horse, and now I guard these woods till my true love rescues me. Soon enough, 'twill be Halloween, and the fairy folk will ride through Miles Cross to celebrate the new year. That is when I could lead the fairies. I will be on the white horse, and you should pull me down. We will leave this place and be married. Aww. Aww. Thank you. With their plan set, Margaret made to return to her home, but was stopped by a fox, who was really the Fairy Queen in disguise. Give it up for my special effects, please. Clap, 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 clap. Ooh! To test Margaret, she warned her of the tricks the fairies would play, telling her she should be careful not to let go of Tim Lynn till she had wrapped her cloak around him. Woof! Yeah! So, on Halloween, Margaret hid at the crossroads, and before she had waited too long, the fairies began to ride through, bells chiming. And the Fairy Queen leading the riders' troop. She let the black horses pass her by, and then the brown. And as the palest horse stepped onto the packed earth of the crossroads, she leapt forward to pull the rider from his steed. For a moment, everything was still. Then, the body in her arms became that of a fearsome snake, twisting in her grasp. But she heeded the...
That's a hand.
It's a snake. Thank you. Scary snake. It's theater of the mind, all right? You spent the whole budget on the fox thing, all right? Ahem. As the serpent continued to twist, she thought she could hold no more. But as soon as the thought came to her, the snake became a lion, roaring fiercely in her ear and struggling mightily against her hold.
That's a hand.
It's a lion. Don't you guys see a lion? A scary lion? Once more she refused to let loose and kept her hold fast. Finally, 'twas done, and silence fell again. Camlin's shape returned, and he shook with cold. Margaret took her cloak and pinned it round his shoulders, then looked up at the troop of fae that surrounded them. Ooh.
Good job.
Yeah! The Fairy Queen slid down from her mount, a stern expression on her face, and said to Margaret, "Young Margaret, you have bested the fae of Carter Hall to win your love. Do not displease us, or we shall turn you into a tree."
David, and that's Stacy, and that's John.
That's Philip, Peter.
That's my ex-husband.
So, with the Fairy Queen's blessing and their love true,
I love you. Say it back.
he loves you. Say it back.
Say it back. Please.
I love you. Oh, thank you, audience. Tamlin and Margaret were married, and if they have not died, they still live happily today. The end. Yay! Didn't they do such a good job? And you guys too, give it up for yourselves. I didn't have to tell you. Yeah. Fairies, why don't you come on out so we can say goodbye to our beautiful human audience? Woo-hoo-hoo. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you much. And one big bow, fairies. Up and down. Thank you all for coming to our show. I have been Oro, long of tooth and long of rat tail. If you guys haven't noticed, I am in need of a trim, which doesn't come cheap. So if you feel generous, we have a basket for that magical green human paper, and we have another with dragon lily, pins and stickers for all our good tippers. But regardless of your personal investment in my beauty parlor appointment, we will be here for 5 minutes for anyone who'd like a photo with the Fae. Thank you again, audience.